This is not the internet. This is the Metaverse. Hello pioneers. Today I thought we'd take another look at governance DAOs. And as we head into the Open Mainnet and Decentralisation, we know we're going to need something like this. So I know we've got the core team, they've probably got their own model that they're looking at, but I thought we'd look at something I've come up with, which is what I call a Dialectic Provisional governance model. Now in the white paper, it's stated that Pi will pursue a two-phase plan with their governance DAO. And first of all, they have the below 5 million members, where they establish a provisional governance model, which is essentially them having total control. Then as they grow above 5 million members, they establish a constitutional convention. And I think they actually had this before, but as we know, we haven't really seen a lot of this ever since. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. And we know that once we get out of enclosed mainnet, in the centralized blockchain, right, then we're going to require our own governance DAO, something that we all can contribute to in the open mainnet of decentralization. So I'd like to take a look at this paper written by Vincent McPhillip called Welcome to the Age of Collective Intelligence. And for those who don't know, Vincent McPhillip used to be the head of community of core team until he left. He's currently working on a thing called Nomad, and their mission is to build the world's first knowledge marketplace. He starts off the paper by talking about about all the crises that are happening in the world at the moment, and moves on to providing solutions, which is obviously one is global government, and two being fully decentralised market-driven utopia, which is more individualistic one. Of course, he talks about how possibilities is neither or both of these things, and perhaps we could synthesise them back into something into a third decision. Click on that link. It goes to this thing called dialectic, which is talking about having a discourse between two people or two or more people that have different points of view, and but this is where they have a common goal. So this is where they're wishing to establish the truth. All right. Now I've talked about having these common shared goals before. I've released this, and when we had the tech update, even CFAN came out and she stated shared goals in there as well. And looking back in the paper, Vincent's talking about shared goals as well, right? So this is where we can all find a commonality, of in governance, by having a shared goal. And this is where I come up with, calling this a dialectic provisional governance model. This is where we combine, the dialectic part into the provisional governance model that core team is trying to establish. So what could some of these shared goals be? Well, we're all pioneers, so I think one of the shared goals would probably be the success of the Pi network. I'm pretty sure that's what we're all here for. If we add in the dialectic part, where we're trying to establish truth, now we've got some solid goals that we can all unite under. Now, this is not the same as what we currently have, with, we always have the blue and the red team, with their own goals, that they have set. They don't have any commonality, and they have these debates, they don't really achieve anything. Now, if we do have a common shared goal of, establishing the truth, taking all the data, putting it all together, and and trying to have the same outcome, then surely we've got some success here. Now, this doesn't mean that we can't have different opinions, that we don't come from different backgrounds, we don't collect all the... It's about collecting all the data, We collect all the data, establish what's true, and and then we can make informed decisions from that, as a collective, under our shared goals. Now, the only part of this where it sort of can fail is that individuals sometimes have their own motives, whether it's trying to establish power or trying to establish more wealth for themselves, so this becomes a problem. So how can we get past this? Well, what if we were to take the human element out of this and put in AI? AI doesn't have its own motives. It doesn't want to seek power. It doesn't want to seek monetary gain or anything like that. And, surely this could possibly take that function. Quite controversial, I know, but, why not? Now, this is IBM Watson, right? And let me tell you, this is what a supercomputer looks like. Now, I'm biased because, I've worked for IBM for a long time, all over the world. But I can tell you that there is a lot of things like the oil and gas industry, governments, defense, logistics, a lot of big players, they run these machines, right? They are really, really the best in the world, right? And IBM Watson is one of the best AI projects in the world. And it's been going on for over a decade, And one of the portions of it that is really great is the IBM Watson Health, right? They've been working on that for a long time. And in the early stages, what they found was that it wasn't enough to sort of just pump it full of information, and, go across the internet and, search out different things, to get the best information. So what they did, they actually brought in actual doctors, So they've had a team of doctors. I mean, I wouldn't even know how many doctors they've had talking to this thing now. But all these doctors have been putting all their knowledge into this machine, right? And this is where you get, the common goal of, getting all the right information, having a trusted source, working out what's true, what's not true, right? And then making informed decisions, right? And this is where AI really, really comes to the forefront. So I'm not talking about AI, making the decisions here, right? I'm talking about AI not having any other motive except helping us out, right? So once we can collect all the data and put it into AI, AI can really, really handle the, the crunching of it and like I said, proving all those trusted things, and then we can make all the correct decisions that we need to make in DAOs. So that's my model for dialectic provisional governance. It's not really going to be the model or anything like that. It's just thought it'd be a bit of fun to start a discussion on what our governance is going to be, because we know once we get into the decentralisation of Open Mainnet, we're going to be needing some governance. So I'll leave that up to the PyCore team to work out that. If you haven't started mining yet, you can see we're really making a splash in the crypto community at the moment. Go to minepy.com, download the app, put it on your phone, and sign up with my code. And you can just push the lightning button once a day, and you'll get free Pi, right? And if you look at the price of the IOUs at the moment, even though it's come down, the price is still very high, and it's only going to go up. So right now you can mine it for free, and you really should. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later.